Sports welcomes you to its coverage of the 1988 NCAA playoffs. This afternoon from a raucous Chicago Stadium, Game 3 in the Eastern Conference semifinal between Detroit and the Chicago Bulls. In the Eastern Conference last night, Boston won again. They lead Atlanta 2-0. This series is tied. Detroit won the opener. Chicago won in the Silverdome 2 nights ago. And now we're back in Chicago. Adrian Dantley, Rick Mahorn, and Bill Lambier are joined by Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. The head coach of the Pistons, Chuck Daly. For the Chicago Bulls, Charles Oakley, Scottie Pippen, and Dave Corzine are joined by Michael Jordan and Sam Vincent. And the head coach of the Bulls in his second year is Doug Collins. The officiating crew today, Earl Strom and Bill Saar, and the alternate is Terry Durham. 18,000 plus on hand here in Chicago, and they began yelling with great enthusiasm as the national anthem got underway, and they haven't stopped since. Detroit 0-2 on the road, as you saw. Earl Strom will throw it up. Dave Corzine will jump with Bill Lambier. Chicago ball. And they're going to jump on Corzine.
Well, they had a stealing attempt that time. The building is electric today. I mean, I don't think we can emphasize that enough.
Well, Chuck Daly was telling us last night it's a tough place to win a game in if you're the visiting team. It must be doubly so in this kind of environment.
It's tough to communicate with your club.
Lambier, top of the key, gives Detroit an early 2-0 lead.
Well, Lambier opened up game 2, you know, scoring 14 points right off the bat, the first 14.
Low post, back to Vincent, who hit 11 of his first 13 the other night, and opens up with his first basket this afternoon.
That play right there is exactly what happened through the entire game 2. Anytime the ball went down inside, Vincent became open and he knocked down the shots.
Adrian Dantley misfires, Jordan rebound.
Dantley's struggling a little bit now. You know, he's struggling game 2 because he slightly turned his ankle.
Jordan does not get the roll. Rebound comes down in the hands of Rick Mahorn. Isaiah Thomas over Vincent for 2.
You know, Vern, as we look at this, during the season, Detroit was able to come into this building and win 2 of the 3 ball games. And they were big, jammed houses, and, you know, very tight.
Oakley, that ties it up at 4. Chuck Daly did say last night he thought one advantage that Detroit had in those. Here's Thomas for 2. And Detroit's on top. The fact that they played both of those, got both of those wins right after the All-Star break when Michael Jordan was so tired.
Oops, that had to be a travel.
Yeah.
Good call that time by Earl Strom. But Isaiah a little shaken up. Vincent had no place to go off the dribble and came right into Thomas's chest that time.
Chicago averaging just over 12 turnovers per game. Just underway. 10:25 to go opening quarter.
There's a fight right there. Lambier and Jordan. Yes, indeed. There were punches thrown. Oakley was coming to the defense of Michael Jordan that time. This all happened down right around the foul line area. Lambier and Jordan definitely landed some shots here.
Daly and Collins are both on the court.
Well, this is going to be a big decision by the referees. Chuck Daly is all over Earl Strom. Earl Strom is extremely emphatic right now for Chuck Daly to get back to his bench. Technical foul. Let's see who he calls it on now, which way he's going to go. Daly very, very upset.
One of them's got to go on Daly, I'm sure. Michael Jordan gets a tee.
How about that? Offensive foul on Bill Lambier, setting that pick on Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan probably did not like the severity of the forcefulness of the pick. Technical foul then on Michael Jordan, and we have Lambier shooting the technical.
Let's watch it again. Here's the pick and Lambier's reaction.
It's a moving pick here. See Michael trying to get around the pick. Now you see, well, all that is right there is a little bit of chicken fighting, I think, because I think if both guys really wanted to land in a blow, they could have.
That shot, no. Corzine can't get the rebound. Oakley, Lambier, watch out.
Yes, sir.
Here's Mahorn into it.
Yeah, well, this one right here, this has been building over an entire season with Mahorn and Oakley. Mahorn a little frustrated in the series right now because he has been struggling. He's 0 for 11 from the field, has not shot any foul shots, little uptight. His playing time has been reduced, and Chuck Daly told us last night he must. Now, these two guys are in one another, and both coaches know that they've got to get their ball clubs totally under control. You know, we've only played here less than 2 minutes, and we have 2 altercations. But you and I both know Oakley is one of the best rebounders in this league, number 2, behind Michael Cage. We also know that Rick Mahorn does not back off of anyone. Now, here we have right here, loose ball. Now, they're going to show right here that they're not going to step back. Just a little flare that time. Oakley's not going to go away from Mahorn.
The technical foul was on Rick Mahorn. Free throw is good, and it's a 6-5 Piston lead. This is not unexpected. I mean, this thing has been building, Hubie, as you said, for most of the season.
Well, Chicago's a little sensitive earlier in the year about the incident that happened with Michael Jordan on the baseline.
Joe Dumars gets the basket.
Now, we'll see a lot of open shots for Detroit. It's been evident throughout the series that anytime they rotate the ball, they'll have free shots.
Oakley short with a shot. Thomas on the run. Got a man in the wing right. Vincent got the ball. No foul. Traveling call. Excellent defensive play by Sam Vincent.
I think what we're seeing early is that Isaiah is trying to make something happen every time that he has the basketball. He's really attacking them and trying to penetrate and get into the lane.
Well, good news if you're a Detroit fan. They've hit 4 of their first 5 field goals. Jordan for 2, no. Chicago is 2 of 6 early on, and the Pistons have been just terribly cold. Now here's Oakley down court. Scottie Pippen saves it.
Oh, bad
Thomas
pass
wasn't
by
right.
Pippen. Nice play.
Joe Dumars off the feed from Isaiah Thomas. Timeout, Doug Collins and the Chicago Bulls. As Detroit has opened up a 10-5 lead. Watch the steal and the feed from Thomas.
Excellent anticipation by Isaiah. Now watch as he takes Corzine to the rim. He knows that Corzine was going to go for the block or the physical punishment of taking him to the floor and not allowing him that layup. Now that's what we have seen in the previous 2 games here. It's difficult to get a layup in traffic against either of the ball clubs.
Let's take a look at Chicago and where they are a strong team, Hubie.
Well, they are one of the best defensive teams, number 1. They're rebounding. They're only 2nd in the league to Dallas. Defensive rebounding team, they're number 1 in the league. But in this series, Detroit has been averaging 21 offensive rebounds. Big surprise.
10-5 Detroit lead, 8:58 to go first quarter. 10 on the shot clock. Oakley tries to dish baseline to Pippen, and it's taken away. That's the 3rd Chicago turnover, and they are not a team that turns it over a lot.
Now here's your clear out. We see this all the time. Here comes your double team.
Back to Thomas. Got it.
Now that's what we're talking about at the top of the show. Detroit will get many, many open shots. Will they make them?
They are averaging 38% in the 2 games against Chicago. That ball off Michael Jordan will be Detroit's inbound.
That's a foul on Michael Jordan, a loose ball foul. You see, he tries to post up Joe Dumars as much as possible, but here comes the double and triple teaming, which we're seeing. There was the grab by Michael.
Thomas splits couple, gets it.
Oh, he's on fire today. You can see it. This is his hometown. Every time he comes into this building, he wants to take things upon himself and create for the ball club.
The Pistons hit 7 of their first 9 baskets en route to a 9-point lead, 14-5 with 8 to go in the first period of play.
At 22 and Bailey with 21. The 3 of them are playing big in this series.
NBA playoffs on CBS. Dallas-Denver is next, and tomorrow, of course, a doubleheader. Boston-Atlanta, Game 1, folled by the Lakers and Utah. Chuck Daly looks on.
Well, Chuck Daly naturally very concerned. He's just hoping that the shooting slump is over.
Pick and roll. Corzine spots up, really didn't roll. Almost stolen by Pippen. Here comes Detroit with a chance to go into a double-digit lead. Thomas has 8 points early on. Guarded by Vincent. Here's Mahorn, who is 0 for 11. That's his first basket in the series.
But, you know, during this entire time, I've never seen him take a bad shot. That was an excellent shot for him.
11-point first period lead. 7.5 to go. Oakley. Corzine with a rebound. Bounce pass baseline. Off of Oakley. It'll be Detroit's ball.
That was a tough catch that time. The ball bounced up a little too high and caught Oakley in the chest area. That's
8 of 10 from the field for the Pistons. Nice entry pass to Mahorn. And Jordan clears it.
Well, what they're trying to do is to get Mahorn into the game from an offensive standpoint so that he'll continue to rebound and play strong physically.
Sam Vincent. That's no good. And another Detroit rebound. They are winning every phase of the battle early on. Rebound 6-4, Detroit. Taken away by Oakley. Over Lambier.
See, that time on that penetration, Vincent was grabbed right by the arm, right in the elbow area, as he went right past Isaiah Thomas. Unfortunately, both referees were blocked out that time. We have Corzine leaving now.
Corzine out. Horace Grant, the rookie, is in. Clemson.
Horace Grant has been playing excellent basketball.
Jordan has yet to score. Dumars. Vincent, no. He's not as hot as he was in game 2.
But the shots are there.
Joe Dumars. Long rebound in the arms of Oakley, who's been averaging 13 rebounds per game in the playoffs. That's his first today. Scottie Pippen. That brings the crowd back. 16-7 at 6:08 to go first quarter.
See, if the Bulls will just move the basketball with crisp passing, once Detroit shows them the double team, they'll get plenty of open shots. They got to keep the ball from being dribbled on the floor.
How about the switch of Grant over on Thomas, and Thomas still penetrates. Grant saves it.
See, Grant has been doing a yeoman's job on the boards, but he's also a shot blocking threat.
Oakley. Lambier with a rebound. Vincent looks over at Oakley and says, settle down, settle down.
Well, it isn't like he's not getting good shots. Right there, we got another foul on Mahorn. That time, as Oakley was trying to go down in there to a defensive standpoint, Rick Mahorn caught him and sent him right out of there, and Oakley complained right away. Watch in the middle of this. Here comes Oakley coming down in here. There it is right there. You see, and Earl Strom did see it, and he made the call.
Vincent passes on the shot. Horace Grant takes it, doesn't hit it. And again, nobody there to rebound for Chicago.
Yeah, but how about the quick double teaming on Michael Jordan? He's catching the ball, and two guys are on him so quickly. Vincent and Oakley and now Grant are opening up for clear shots.
Chicago, he'll be 3 of 13 from the field to start. Kick it back to Lambier.
Excellent ball movement. See, we're seeing unselfish play at both ends of the floor. Now it just comes down to the ball clubs making the shot.
Pippen and Dantley shoving each other. Who are they going to call?
Well, Pippen didn't let him go. Pippen came right in and was bumping him as Dantley was trying to establish a post-up position.
First foul on Pippen, second team foul. Under 5 minutes now to go first quarter. Adrian Dantley had only 8 in game 2. Nice move.
That was a beautiful ball head fake to get the defensive player up in the air and into the basket on a strong move by Adrian.
Jordan down in the low post again. Pippen pops out across the baseline, feeds it along the baseline, and Horace Grant gets 2.
See, Scottie Pippen can make a lot of things happen off the dribble for his club when the offense breaks down.
Isaiah Thomas gives the fake once, goes up with the left hand, and Jordan clears it.
This guy does a little bit of everything, doesn't he?
It's unbelievable.
He's one of the top rebounders in the series.
Averaging 11 rebounds in this 2-game series. There's a foul underneath.
Well, it's nice to see Sam Vincent get fouled so he gets a chance to get to the foul line. Here's your nice head fake. There's a strong move by Sam. Good foul. in this series. Like we said earlier, not too many people are going to make an uncontested layup. We have John Sally in the ball game right now, replacing Rick Mahorn. So the front line has Dantley at small forward, Sally at big forward, Lambier at center for Detroit.
Sam Vincent had 27 of those 31 in the first half. Gets both free throws here, and that cuts the lead to 7. 3:50 to go, first quarter. 18-11 Detroit. And Chicago is still ice cold from the field. Detroit has cooled off a little bit. The Pistons hit 8 of their first 10 shots. Dantley, double team with Pippen.
Here's your clear out. 5 seconds.
Back to Lambier for 3. Oakley with another rebound.
See, Chicago's doing a better overall team defense right now, forcing the Pistons to play perimeter basketball, which is not a strong suit.
Sally goes down to the double on Jordan.
Oh, great pass.
And they misfire. Here's Vinnie Johnson, who's in the game for Detroit with Dumars. 2-on-2 break.
Jump ball!
Whoa! That's 2 excellent defensive plays by Sam Vincent at that end.
You'll see it on your replay. Now, Vinnie Johnson here is looking, but he can't make a pass, so he takes it all away. How's that for defense? Beautiful move by Sam Vincent.
Brad Sellers getting ready to enter the game now for Chicago. Sellers is in. Scottie Pippen will get a rest. Sellers has been the starter most of the year. Indeed, until game 5 of the Cleveland series. Sally back for Detroit. 18-11.
Chuck Daly very concerned. Vinnie Johnson in the 2 games only shooting 27% in this playoff series. Wants to get him started. Here's an open shot. Nice pass.
Basket doesn't fall.
See, as soon as Vinnie comes in the game, Detroit will set a number of baseline screens for him. And here he comes right off of this staggered screen. He gets the play and then opens up the lane area for him to drive to the basket. And Detroit will always make the easy play to the forwards.
Obviously, he listens well.
Well, it was brought out in the newspapers today. I thought a good point. Michael Jordan is really stepping forward and taking over this basketball team, where in the previous years he would kind of lay back and he didn't want to offend anyone, especially the veteran players. But how about this for the early going here right now? Chicago only 4 for 14 from the field with 6 turnovers, and Detroit 9 for 18 with 3 turnovers.
Among the many problems the Pistons had in game 2, they were absolutely horrid from the free throw line. They missed 19 free throws. They're 0 for 2 today. Here's Sally again. 1 of 3.
Well, Sally normally is not what we would call a great free throw shooter, but right now he's averaging right about usual 72-73%.
When's the last time you can recall almost 9 minutes ago in the game and Jordan scoreless? He is so far. He's only taken 2 shots. Here's Sam Vincent. Rattles around, falls out, tip from Grant.
See, Grant has been a major plus for them on the boards. He's right there, second leading rebounder with 8, and he's making a big contribution with the jump shot and on the offensive glass.
There's Johnson off the pick, and again he misses. He's now 6 of 23 in this series, making 7 of 24.
I know Detroit is happy to see him get that one. They want to get him off going early.
Vinny hit 44% from the field for the year, but he slumped off to 31% in the series with the Bullets. It's even worse in the 2 game set here.
2 minutes left in the quarter.
21-13. There's Sellers. Sally with a rebound for the Pistons. Detroit operates now with Johnson and Dumars, Sally, Adrian Dantley, and James Edwards. And here's Sally for 2.
If you've been noticing now, every penetration by Detroit, the forwards or center come up to pick them up high, and it's opening up the baseline for that little drop-off pass.
Back to a 10-point margin. 95 seconds to go, first quarter. Look at Dumars. And the foul. Interesting what Chuck Daly said last night as we were watching Dumars, trying to tell Dumars how to defend Michael Jordan. He asked him to play him like the old Don Chaney style of defense.
Well, he wants him to belly up on him as much as possible, but let me just say this. In game 1, I have never seen Michael Jordan play for a half as well as Joe Dumars did in a one-on-one situation. Unfortunately, you're not just going to stop the man from scoring.
Basket goes for Grant. 23-15.
Grant was the 10th pick on the first round. in the draft last year out of Clemson University. Now, not only is he an excellent shot blocker and rebounder, but a very, very good scorer.
Grant off the bench, the leading Chicago scorer. There's Dantley for 2 more. Grant has 6. Dantley now has 4. Corzine, Grant, Sellers, Jordan, and Rory Sparrow has come into the lineup for Sam Vincent. Nice touch pass over to Brad Sellers. Good move. Rejected by Sally.
Great block.
Here's Vinnie Johnson.
You'll see right down in here now that as Sellers goes by, he went by Edwards, but it allowed Sally to come over. Sally being the best shot blocker that Detroit has on their ball club. But if you notice the defensive rotations by Detroit, they are very, very quick in getting to the open people.
Johnson for 2.
As we look back over the 7 games in the playoffs, Vinnie Johnson only shooting 29% in 7 games, and it's even affected him on the line where he's at 72%.
Both. It's a 12-point margin, largest of the first quarter. 27-15, final 30 seconds. Elston Turner has come into the ball game now defensively and almost throws it away. Sparrow saves it to Corzine.
5 seconds.
Bad passes.
Right now, Chicago has a number of fellows who just came in the ball game because you have Sparrow and Turner in there at the guard position, and Sellers just came in a few minutes ago, so everyone's a little cold and out of sync.
7 turnovers first quarter for Chicago. 7. They've been averaging 12.5 in the playoffs. There's James Edwards, who had a big fourth quarter Thursday night. Misses that shot. Dumas rebound. Taken away by Sellers. It's a 2-on-2 break, and that's the end of the quarter. 27-15 as Detroit hits 12 of 23. Chicago only 6 of its first 19 shots from the field. Chicago skyline on Madison Avenue at Chicago Stadium, where Detroit leads 27-15. Michael Jordan held scoreless in the first quarter. Chicago 32% from the field. Detroit, which has only been over 50% in 1 game in the playoffs, had 52% in the first quarter, and Chicago hampered by 7 turnovers.
Well, I think the turnover factor is the major issue here. Here we have Michael Jordan taking a breather right now. See, the shooting percentage is low, but the shots are good, open shots.
Turner and Sparrow in the backcourt for the Bulls now. Grant, along with Brad Sellers and Corzine, the rest of the lineup.
Dantley got caught coming over the top that time. He tried to beat Sellers to the low box area, and there was a collision.
And we'll set the lineup as Dantley picks up his first foul for Detroit. They've got at center James Edwards, Jerome Sally, Isaiah Thomas back in the lineup with Vinnie Johnson and Adrian Dantley. And again, a rebound down in the arms of Dantley.
Doug right now is trying to get as many combinations of the game as possible to see if he can strike with the right one. Let's get some points on the glass.
Vinnie Johnson. Quick outlet pass, tipped away by Isaiah Thomas. In the West, of course, Dallas and Denver play later. Utah won last night. They lead the Lakers 2-1. Dallas and Denver next on CBS. That's going to be a good series.
Oh, I like that series. And both teams struggled during the year trying to win on the opponent's floor.
Here's Corzine. Foul by James Edwards. Edwards came over to Detroit from Phoenix February 25th. Had a career playoff high of 16 points in the fourth quarter the other night.
Well, he did an excellent job. Chuck was struggling at the time, couldn't get any low post play, went to James, and he really delivered for him.
Corzine misses the first of 2. He's scoreless here still.
In the playoffs, Corzine shooting 71% from the line.
Cuts it to 11, 27-16. Now Sparrow picks up Isaiah Thomas, three-quarter court.
Well, Rory Sparrow plays Isaiah as well as any guard in the league.
Dantley.
Nice.
Oh, what a move.
He has great patience. He can stay with that head fake as long as anyone has ever played the game. And then he'll give you the ball fake, because very seldom do you see Adrian take a bad shot.
Corzine. Sellers awkwardly goes out for the rebound, then fouls in the backcourt.
That's frustration that time by Sellers. Watch the eyes now with Adrian. He gave it to him again, gave him that move twice before he made. But you see, the big thing about Adrian is that when he makes his move to the basket, he either scores or he gets fouled. Always one of the 4 or 5 top foul shooting attempt people in the league.
Well, that fake plus the rebound and the foul got Brad Sellers a spot next to Doug Collins on the bench. Scottie Pippen back in.
Here's another clear out.
Now Pippen on Dantley. It's good.
See, he has the feel today, because you can see they're trying to take away the lane on him, and he's giving you the lane dribble and then coming back on a reverse move for that fadeaway jump shot.
15-point edge at the 10-minute mark in the first half. Sparrow. The shots just aren't there, and that wasn't necessarily a great shot.
No, he wasn't set that time. You could see that the rhythm was not in the release.
The Bulls are 6 of 22 from the field.
Here's a clear out.
That's only Dantley's second miss. He's now 4 of 6 from the field. And this crowd getting a little restless now. They were so pumped at the start of the game. There's Pippen. That'll get him. Oh, what a play.
You know what I was going to say? He received that pass behind the backboard, and when he makes his move coming out, now watch the nice delivery by Sparrow. Now watch this. He is behind the board. He had to jump back in order to get that shot off. Just a beautiful, beautiful release by Scottie Pippen, and then the ball grabs the rim. See, he's behind it. There it is, right there.
That's a move he might have perfected at Central Arkansas, but I think he perfected it really here. Game 4 tomorrow. Hubie and I get to spend the night in Chicago again. And at the line, yeah. It is a great city. It really is fun.
It's a beautiful city. We've caught 3 days of sunshine, which is rare.
And Pippen misses the free throw. So missed a chance for a 3-point play. 31-18, 9:20 to go first half.
How about the stat? The guards for Detroit, 7 of 13. The Bull backcourt, 1 for 9.
And Jordan is still scoreless. 0 for 3.
Well, they're going to go to him right now. Get things going. Here comes a down pick.
And a foul. Chuck Daly has put Vinnie Johnson on Michael Jordan. Now Lambier and Dennis Rodman enter the game.
Well, Rodman is in for Adrian Dantley. Now this unit with Lambier, Rodman, and Sally, one of the best offensive rebounding groups that we have in the NBA.
Sam Vincent, Charles Oakley set a double pick to free Jordan. They pick and roll instead on the opposite side, and another turnover. That's 9 Chicago turnovers. Thomas. Rodman gets the rebound.
He's tough. He's very, very tough on the boards.
Rodman and Pippen doing a little banging down in the baseline.
Rodman is in the top 5 offensive rebounders in the league, and when you think about it, he only averages 26 minutes a game.
Thomas with a great penetration.
Oh,
what a play.
He just eased his way and picks. Now watch how he splits the double team as he comes down in here. Here's your double team. He splits it and then makes the little move to get off that baby hook shot.
Thomas, the first player in double figures. Still has 10. Pippen with a rebound. And again, the Chicago crowd getting a little restless. Here's Jordan quickly to double team with Thomas, and he still hasn't scored.
3 on 2.
Johnson all the way and up.
Beautiful. That was a beautiful move by Vinnie Johnson, because he cut in front of the defensive player so that he eliminated the shot block and then came right up on with the little right-handed hook. Now watch how he comes underneath. See, that just kind of made him hesitate and the push in the lower back.
Johnson will shoot, try and make it an 18-point lead.
shooting is still poor. At Chicago's offensive end of the floor, watch how quick Detroit, how they're getting to Michael Jordan. 2 guys on him right away, so he must pass the basketball.
They've switched now. There's another steal. Vinnie Johnson, 3-on-2. Johnson, Rodman, Isaiah Thomas, stolen by Grant. 1 pass too many. Here's Jordan. Bumps into Sally, comes back, half-court offense.
Good defense that time. The transition defense by Detroit. You can see all 5 guys are alert today. They're moving their feet.
Jordan 0 for 4 from the field. Nice pass. Still hasn't scored. Dish pass underneath to Rodman. Dennis Rodman, who was 4 of 16 the other night.
See, once again, the penetration in the lane. The back man comes up in double teams, and they drop it off to the guy on the baseline for the uncontested layup.
Here in Chicago, 7:17 to go first half. Detroit still shooting well. They're 17 of 32, a little over 50%. And Chicago not doing well at all, 7 of 25. The all-defensive team in the NBA. Rodney McRae, Kevin McHale, Hakeem Olajuwon, Michael Cooper, and the Defensive Player of the Year, Michael Jordan.
Well, not only is Michael Jordan leading the league, #1 in steals, but he has blocked, during the course of 82 games, 131 shots. That statistic is greater than 16 starting centers in the NBA. So, and then he's one of the best rebounders on this basketball team, and people overlook all of this. And Doug Collins very high on Michael, and very happy for them that he did receive this award.
John Paxson has come in now for the Bulls, so let's set their lineup again. Horace Grant, Paxson, Oakley, Jordan, and Corzine. Rick Mahorn back in the lineup for Detroit. And Corzine, they're now hitting less than 30%, 7 of 26 from the field.
Well, it just isn't that they can't get the basketball to Michael Jordan. The other people just cannot make a shot.
Lambeer for 2. No! Bounces out. Oakley with a rebound. Coming up, the Prudential at the half with James Brown. We'll go back to control room 43. James, who's on duty back in New York. Michael Jordan, and Mahorn got away with a little extracurricular shove.
Oh, he sure did. Now that was when Michael Jordan catches the ball on the right side of the floor, he loves to go to the baseline. Now you'll see him blow right by Vinnie Johnson on the baseline here, and with the great jumping ability that he has, he tries to come up on the other side of the basket more times than not.
That's the first point for Jordan. It comes with 6:31 to go in the first half. Now watch Mahorn with a little extra shove at the end of this play.
There's your move, and then you had your little altercation there. Michael Jordan averaging 11 foul shot attempts in the playoffs. During the season, also averaged 11 per game.
Vinnie Johnson, quick move. He'll shoot a couple.
What I like about Vinnie Johnson today, Vern, is that when he's making the catch, he's not looking for the jump shot every time. He's showing your shot, then coming right back and going strong to the basket and making something happen for himself on the foul line.
Johnson back at the free throw line where Detroit is 3 of 6. It's Thomas, Rodman, Johnson, Lambeer, and Mahorn now for Detroit. Vinnie Johnson with 8 points. That's good news for Chuck Daly. 19-point lead.
Charlie Daly was very concerned about the offensive scoring potential of Rodman and Vinnie Johnson. Needs them both.
Quick double team on the baseline, now a triple, and Jordan is 0 for 5 from the field.
That was a frustrated move. He jumped right into everybody. Nice pass.
Dandy pass. 2 points, Oakley off the assist from Jordan.
It really looked like he was going to take that one all the way and go for the shot himself. But he's such a great player and an unselfish player. He'll always give you somebody else an easier shot.
If you're Doug Collins, Hubie, and you want to get back into this, what's your goal between now and halftime?
Well, everything has got to come from the defensive end. And unfortunately, you can't stop that. That's from the deep corner behind the backcourt.
41-22. Isaiah Thomas with 12 first half points. Jordan finally gets one to drop. Michael Jordan is 1 of 6 in the backcourt. Chicago 2 of 13.
He'll get it going. The place will be on fire in the second half.
They double down on Isaiah Thomas. Lambeer takes the jumper. Oakley with another rebound. That's his 4th.
Well, you got a loose ball foul here on Rick Mahorn. Oh, they call it on Rodman for grabbing in from the rear. The way that Mahorn answered that look that time, I honestly thought it was on him. But you know what's interesting? Every time Oakley gets fouled today, he keeps calling to the referees. I mean, it's terrific. It's like being in the union. You know what I mean? Hey, wait a second.
Joe Dumars back in. Largest lead of the game has been 19. 5:04 to go first half, and the lead is now 16. Those of you who just joined us, Detroit hit 8 of its first 10 shots, jumping out to a 16-5 lead. And they've not been in trouble since. Dantley down. 41-26. Series tied 1-1. Chuck Daly said last night it's their advantage in the home court. Now we got to go in and steal one, and we need to do it on Saturday. Rodman. Boy, he's been in an awful shooting slump.
Well, he's really strong. He's only shooting 27% in this series.
Paxson. Bumps once and off balance for the jumper. Grant. Lambeer.
They had him coming from out of bounds. On the initial jump where Grant kept that one alive, he landed out of bounds. And when he came back in, he was straddling the line when he touched that ball.
4:25 to go first half. 41-26.
High pick and roll now. This is a spot up. It's not a roll.
Lambeer spots up, gets the pass. Good ball movement to Dumars.
See, that's there for them every time because you must double team Isaiah coming off the pick and roll. They kick it back to Lambeer. You make your first rotation. That opens up the second pass. At playoff time, you need 2 passes out of double teams.
Dumars back guarding Jordan now. Horace Grant on the pass from Paxson.
4 seconds.
Corzine gets it.
They just need a little bit better ball movement with Chicago. They're trying to get the shot off of the first pass. Against good defense, we said, make the second pass. Then things will open up for you. Here's that high pick and roll again.
Same play.
It's a spot up. It's not a roll.
Thomas. Oakley with a foul.
See, that's a smart player who can keep his dribble and, more important, keep his concentration on the rim. Now you'll see here he comes here off this high pick and spot up. Lambeer never rolls. He'll always go to the open spot. Now here it is right here. He gets the contact, and now he has the concentration to keep the dribble and move back and take his shot.
This has been Isaiah Thomas's ball game thus far. He's got 13 points. Adrian Dantley checks back in for Detroit, and he misses on the second free throw.
Detroit really struggling once again from the foul line where they would be out with another 5 or 6 points added to this lead.
Detroit 6 of 11 from the free throw line. Jordan with a foot fake. Over Dumars. Got it.
See, if Michael Jordan gets the ball at the top of the circle, it's so hard to double team him. And from that area, Joe Dumars is left kind of naked playing in one-on-one.
Lambeer.
Beautiful, beautiful ball movement.
Lead back to 16 with 2:50 to go first half. Mahorn called on the foul. And again, he threw a little extra into the defensive assignment.
Bad foul that time. He didn't want to get beat off the dribble, so he wanted to knock Michael Jordan out so that he would have a longer way to go to the basket.
We're back to play now. Michael Jordan at the free throw line. Shooting 2. 16-point Detroit lead. Backcourt scoring. Detroit 11 of 19. Chicago 3 of 50.
With all through the playoffs, Michael Jordan is shooting over 90% on the foul line.
He's now got 7 points in this game, all in this quarter.
Well, when you add to it that he's 56% from the field, very seldom do you see him force or take a bad shot. It seems when he elevates, he has confidence in everything that he's going to release.
Near steal, Dantley double dribble.
That was excellent defense that time by Oakley. He stayed with that loose ball, and he was able to get his hand in there. Adrian Dantley, a little miffed with that call, kind of felt that he was fouled from behind.
I think he's a little miffed at Lambert, too, and he tried to talk to him, but Lambert turned and walked the other direction.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, what a pass. Oh, dandy. Paxson is injured. Lead is down to 12. It was at 19.
That was a great backdoor. Joe Dumars had Michael Jordan overplayed that time, and he just went without the ball. They cleared the backside. Here's that high pick and spot up.
Jordan tips it out of bounds.
Now here's your move. There's your backdoor move. And with the great jumping ability that Michael has, he eliminates the rotation by Mahorn.
Rory Sparrow has to replace Paxson, who's limping as he goes to the bench, and Mahorn goes out as John Sally comes in for Detroit. 2:05 to go first half.
Two-man game. Here's your clear out for Adrian.
2 minutes left in the half.
Lambert.
Interesting that time. Dumars had Isaiah Thomas open in the right-hand corner. He faked that pass and came right back to Lambert at the top of the circle.
1:45 remaining first half. Jordan goes left on Dumars, loses it. That's the 11th turnover now.
We're talking about a team that was 4th in the league in fewest turnovers during the course of the season. Just uncharacteristic. Illegal defense right now. They caught Oakley way down inside. And any time that your player is above the top of the circle, the defensive player must be above the foul line area. Here's a clear out again.
Dantley kicks it back to Lambert, who's spotting up near the three-point line. Corzine controls for Chicago.
See, the corner is wide open, though. If Detroit will just swing it that extra pass, the guy is standing by himself.
Jordan cuts through left side, gets the pass from Sparrow, turns around, puts it up. No, Sally. Off of...
Oh, what a break.
Oh, boy.
Sally tried to rebound that with one hand as he was holding Grant with the other hand.
Lead back to 14. After jumping out by 11 in the opening 3 minutes, Detroit extended its lead to as many as 19. Sally with Corzine. Loses it. Oh, no. Lost it off of Corzine.
Well, Corzine's not arguing about it, so the ball must have hit his foot as he went off the dribble.
James Brown coming up with a credential at the half, and among the features, how do you stop Michael Jordan?
Oh. Yeah, they're catching there. Now, on that lob pass to the front of the rim, that's a design play to Kit Sally coming to the front of the rim from out of bounds. And when he went up in the air, the referees had it that Corzine stepped under him. You must give the player a room to land.
14th foul of the quarter. Sally goes to the free throw line. 1 of 2 today. Pistons are now 7 of 12.
Now watch to the left of your screen. There's the back pick. There's the lob. And as he tried to come down, Corzine was underneath him.
Gets them both. The lead is back to 16. Less than a minute to go first half. Oakley, double team by Thomas. Gets it back to Sparrow. Hits it.
Well, Doug is, manipulating Paxson, Vincent, Sparrow, hoping that one of the 3 guys will get his game together. We have 28 seconds for the quarter, 15 on the shot clock.
Isaiah Thomas. Lambert with a putback.
They're just killing him with the offside people that become free as their men leave them to pick up Isaiah off the dribble in the lane. 10 seconds for the quarter.
Jordan will shoot a couple.
Chuck Daly on the side, really all uptight because he honestly thought that Jordan jumped into the chest of the man.
Michael Jordan shoots 2.
Watch the defense.
Here we have Joe Dumars chasing Jordan here now. This looks like a little bit of a dance, all right? But you notice how hard Jordan was working to get free.
Well, after setting an NBA record for most points in a 5-game series, averaging 45 in that series, here's Pippen back in. Michael Jordan was held to 29 in the first game of this series. That sounds almost ludicrous to say. He was held to 29, but in this case, it's true.
Yeah, but it's not shot attempts. All right, here we go now.
Thomas. Oh, that was close.
Detroit 52, Chicago 38.
Jordan gets 12 all in this quarter, but his team trails by 14. That's the end of the first half with our score. Detroit 52, Chicago 38. James Brown will be back with the Prudential at the half after this message. Back in Chicago for the start of the third period, Game 3 Eastern Conference semifinal. And this crowd in Chicago wanting desperately to have something to cheer for. Their team trailing by 14. Let's take a look at the halftime statistics. As Detroit has dominated, they hit 50% from the field, something they've done in only one game in the playoffs so far. Chicago with only 37%. Detroit 11 points off turnovers. Isaiah Thomas had 4 assists. At the free throw line, Detroit having problems again, 8 of 13. Chicago missed only 2. And it's interesting, Hubie, we think of Isaiah Thomas having a great first half. He's got 13. Michael Jordan ineffective, but he's got 12.
Yeah, now here we have Detroit coming out and trapping Michael Jordan right at half court. So they're going to force him to give up the basketball.
Jordan with a jumper, no. Tip, no. Rebound, Rick Mahorn.
See, Jordan only had 9 shots that half. Now, you remember, in the playoffs, he's averaging 28 shots a game. That's their biggest concern.
Thomas with Vincent guarding him. Kicks it back to Adrian Dantley. Rebound, Sam Vincent. Corzine. Lambeer has it stolen away. Back to Vincent. Shot off balance.
See, right now in the early going, Corzine is 1 for 5, and Vincent is 1 for 6. 1 for 5 and 1 for 6. 2 of your premier open shot guys that can hit that 15, 18-foot jump shot.
Thomas, top of the key. Absolutely.
Isaiah having a nice game. He's 7 for 14 from the field, 1 for 3 from the line at 15 points.
54-38, 10:45 to go, third quarter. Largest lead in the game again was 19. There's another, nearly another turnover.
Well, Mahorn almost stole that one, got his hand on it.
Joe Dumars, Mahorn, Thomas, Lambeer, and Adrian Dantley for Detroit.
They want to go. Chuck Daly called this play. He wants Adrian with the ball. Beautiful.
Oh, boy, right by Scottie Pippen.
See, the interesting thing is that Dantley has been taking that jump shot. Quick 20-second timeout for Chicago right now. See, when they keep going to this clear out on Dantley, he's rolling today, so they don't know where he's going. See, they catch Pippen calling for help that time. Now, you can't do that. You got to be worried about your man first. The other 4 guys have got to read the defensive assignment. If he goes baseline, who's rotating? If he comes into the middle, who's rotating? Because today, when Adrian is coming into the middle, he's been stopping and pivoting back and throwing that fadeaway jump shot. You've got to be concerned with your own man.
First game of a weekend doubleheader coming up. Denver and Dallas from Reunion Arena. Tim Brandt and Billy Packer down in Dallas for that game. That series tied a game apiece. And Denver has yet to win in Dallas this year in the regular season. This will be the first playoff game played down there. Same was true, of course, for Dallas in Denver until they won game 2 the other night by 4. Pippen back to Vincent. Dishes it off to Oakley. Nice strong move. A chance for 3.
I was going to say that the Detroit defense was excellent. For about 20 seconds here, they do a terrific job. Now here we have in the left side of your screen, Dumars and Jordan. There's your one pick for him. Here he comes off the ball. Now watch how they follow. He's chasing and chasing and chasing. But what you like about Michael Jordan is he never stops moving.
Keep wondering if he's going to get tired, because it's obvious at times late in the game his defender does.
The guy played 40 minutes a game during the course of the season, is averaging over 40 in the playoffs.
Skip pass, left side, Dumars. Short, Vincent tips it out on the run. It's a 2-on-2. Joe Vincent, Lambier, clean block. Terrific play.
Lambier just timed that perfectly. See, that's the advantage when you're out on the fast break of not laying it up on the same side you're going in. Take the guy underneath the rim to the other side, and in that way you negate that shot blocker coming down the middle.
Ball inbounded to Sam Vincent, 9:40 to go, third quarter. Pippen, no.
The crowd, they're crying for somebody to step forward and take the pressure off.
This crowd came ready today. First time, of course, the Bulls in the playoffs in a long, long time. There's Lambier, no. Jordan up over Dantley for the rebound.
Detroit has excellent transition defense.
Vincent, as hot as he was in game 2, is as cold as he is today.
Well, you know, going into it, the 5 previous games to that ball game, he was 11 for 44 from the field, and it all came because he strained his leg lifting weights.
Dantley with the turnaround. Oakley with a nice, strong rebound.
Boy, he's playing big. He is really playing big on the board.
Nice dish from Vincent, and inexplicably, Jordan wasn't ready for it. Dumars at the other end for an easy 2.
Beautiful floater by Joe. Gave you the pump fake, showed you ball, brought it back, and then came back up off the glass.
Chicago starting off cold again. He'll be there 1 of 8 in this half. Make it 2 of 9.
See, if Vincent can get going a little bit here, off the dribble especially, it will open up the passing lanes to Michael Jordan. Right now, Dumars doesn't have to worry because they can't beat their men off the dribble.
Dumars off a pick set by Lambier. On the line.
Yeah, that was, I'll tell you what, that was a very good call by Earl Strom from the rail. Rick Mahorn just really belted Oakley in the lower back and knocked him right out of bounds. Unfortunately for the baseline referee, Billy Sarr, he was watching where the ball was and didn't see it because Mahorn was 3 men out.
That's the 3rd foul on Mahorn. Pippen has 3 for Chicago. They are the only players with 3 fouls. Vincent.
That's how I give Vincent a lot of credit. He's looking for his shot.
Pippen from long range. Oakley, another good rebound.
Beautiful.
Pippen, nice off-balance play. Lead is 13, 58-45.
Boy, Charles Oakley is big on the glass. And then, not only that, but he has the presence to find the free man.
Oakley with 9 rebounds now.
Here's your clear out.
Corzine comes over to help out defensively. Thomas goes baseline, short with a shot. Pippen. And a chance to cut the lead down to 11, which is as few as it's been since the first quarter.
Oh, yeah!
22nd timeout, Detroit. Look at the Jordan move.
Now watch as Michael Jordan comes at the bottom of your screen here, how he leaves the defensive man. Dumars was thinking that he had rotation help. Woo! Wow. Oh. Watch the quickness that he pivots here. There it is right there. See, usually when a player catches that pass, he'll take a step out to the top. He caught it and reverse pivoted. Beautiful move by Michael.
Jordan now with 14 points.
You know, I think the fans are trying to make up for all their lack of cheering on that play.
The lead is 11. This is as close as Chicago has been since the score was 16-5 with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter.
8 seconds.
There's that reverse. The tip, no. Corzine, no. Loose ball taken away by Vincent. Loose ball foul.
Loose ball is right. Boy, that ball was kept alive. 5 guys were in there. Doug Collins is really upset. He never thought that it was a loose ball foul on Vincent. Corzine is out right now, and into the ball game comes Grant.
Time has been called while Collins erupts. In the Western Conference of the NBA, Utah won at home last night. They'll entertain the Lakers in Game 4 tomorrow on CBS. Denver and Dallas coming up next. That series tied at 1-1.
Well, the Laker-Utah game is really a defensive struggle. The Lakers are having a lot of problems getting good shots. An example, yesterday Kareem is 3 for 14. His substitute, Michael Thompson, 3 for 16. So you get 6 for 30 out of your pivot people. Now, let's say that guy, Eaton, had something to do with that.
I think so. I think so. Interesting, Michael Jordan chosen as Defensive Player of the Year in the NBA. The runner-up was Eaton of Utah. And Mark Eaton tied for second team in that all-defensive team we showed you in the first half. He did not make the first team. 6 on the shot clock, shot good, Isaiah Thomas.
That was interesting. Detroit went to an open floor called the passing game that time, and Chicago defensed it perfectly. It took an excellent one-on-one move by Isaiah.
Jordan with Dumars again guarding him. Oakley.
Oh.
Yes! Oh, that was a prayer.
See, Charles can make that outside shot. I know he's sporadic, but you cannot give him that 18 to 20 footer. He's not bashful. He'll take it every time.
Lambeer spotting up. Dantley all the way in with 12 points now.
See, most guys would have made that catch and taken a jump shot. Adrian Dantley wants to go down in the lane and get fouled and make a 3-point play.
Ball tipped away by John Sally, but Pippen retrieves it. Pippen on the assist from Oakley.
Well, Pippen's outside shooting has definitely improved in the second half of the season. He was struggling early before the All-Star break.
5:20 to go. Third quarter. Lead is 11. 62-51. Game number 3 of the series.
See, they're in their motion offense again.
Dantley too strong. Pippen rebound. And a chance now for Chicago to get within a single-digit margin. Jordan. No, sir. Under 5 minutes.
During this game, Adrian has really helped out on the boards. Both teams, interesting, have gone to open passing game.
For 3. Scoops out. Lambeer gets it back. Sally.
Doug Collins is going crazy right now. He's yelling at Billy Starr, the back referee, because Sally grabbed the defensive player that time from the rear. Vincent couldn't get to that loose ball. It ends up in Detroit, and Sally scores. That's funny for you and me, but not for Doug Collins.
I don't think Doug would laugh.
Yeah, right.
Vincent fouled by Sally on the baseline. And then Lambeer, as Doug continues to prowl in anger.
Well, you see, when you're in this situation, you're trying to come back. You want every single call. You want a game to be refereed perfectly. Anytime you dribble baseline against Detroit, they're murder on you down there, because even if you do make the catch, they penalize you by fouling you hard.
Jordan gets the air ball from Oakley.
Oakley's all uptight. Thought he got fouled. But Michael Jordan and Oakley are the 2 best offensive rebounders on this team.
Jordan has 16. Vinnie Johnson getting ready to re-enter the game for Detroit. Dantley. Rejected by Jordan, but a foul call prior to that. Let's watch on tape Doug Collins reacting to the last play.
See, he wants the foul for Oakley. See, but he didn't know this, that Oakley made the call at the same time, right? They had 2. Unfortunately, for Chicago, they don't get the call, but then Michael Jordan comes through with a nice offensive ball.
Sally. 8 of 14 at the line for Detroit. This is a team that hit 76% in the regular season and had horrible problems in game 2. 22 of 41. They get 1 of 2 here from John Sally.
I think Oakley has to step back a little bit now because he's been complaining a little bit too much. I think he's on the verge of a technical.
Lead is 12. Vincent dishes back to Scottie Pippen. Dantley comes out right in his face.
Yes, he did. Belly right up.
Jordan. Line drives it home. The lead is 10. This is as close as Chicago has been since the 8-minute mark of the first half.
See, you can't double team Jordan when he's in the middle of the floor at the top of the circle without paying a big price.
3:25 to go, third quarter, 65-55. Nice move by Dantley for 2 more. Dantley with 14.
He's playing a very intelligent offensive game today. He's giving and taking right from that defense. Reading it beautifully.
Johnson and Thomas switch. Vincent fishes low. Pippen is open. Top of the key. Dantley with a foul. Golf returns next weekend on from Fort Worth, Texas. That's live on CBS Saturday and next Sunday. And we'll also have NBA action for you next week. Jordan.
The Pistons have 4 fouls now. Next one, Chicago shooting the penalty.
67-55. Jordan comes over to double team, clean block. Dantley then gets it, puts it back in.
How's that for patience? I mean, he gave 3 pump fakes, waited, and finally got the defensive player up in the air and then came with that baby heart. Adrian has a lot of moves.
Detroit with 14 fouls to say, Chicago with 2. Johnson with a foul.
That was a little bit dangerous that time because it wasn't a clear lob pass area for Jordan to cut. Now you'll see the ball is up in the right-hand corner of your screen. See there, they're looking for the lob right there. See, and Vinnie Johnson played it intelligently. Bang his body and don't let him catch the ball. Back with a 112-108 win. Orlando Blackman getting 15 in the last quarter.
And tomorrow we continue with a doubleheader. Boston at Atlanta tips it off at 1 o'clock Eastern time.
Well, I think Atlanta is going to play much tougher, but they do need a better defensive job on the Celtic front line.
And the second game, most of you will watch Utah and the Lakers. That's in Salt Lake at 3:30 Eastern time.
Big question, can Malone, Bailey, and Stockton keep it rolling?
Yeah. And the rest of you will watch Detroit and Chicago game 4. Hubie and I will be back here at this spot in Chicago Stadium at 3:30 Eastern time tomorrow. At the free throw line, Michael Jordan, 6 of 15 from the field now, and he missed his first 5 shots, and there he misses a free throw. Walter Payton among those who's here.
He's answered the bell a few times under pressure.
Just a couple.
Just a couple, right.
34 watching 23. Conclusion of the game, Hubie and I'll select the Miller Lite Player of the Game in conjunction with that award. Light Beer will present a check in the amount of $1,000 in the player's name of the National Multiple Sclerosis Society.
In the last 2 minutes, if Chicago can just stay within their game plan and either get on the foul line or get a good shot attempt. They keep the floor open right now.
Jordan over Johnson. Yes.
They're nibbling back. They really are.
21 points now for Michael Jordan.
But it's been a nice flow. They're getting good shots, and when they don't get the good shot, they're getting fouled and getting to the line.
Johnson off the pick by Thomas. Goes baseline over Jordan. Offensive goaltending.
Catching offensive goaltending that time. And that was a very, very tough shot by Vinnie Johnson. I didn't think that he had a prayer of making the shot.
71-58. 1:25 to go, third period. Vincent. Rodman gets the rebound.
See, you don't need that shot because there's still 16, 18 seconds on the shot clock. You can get that shot after going down inside and kicking the ball out, or even exhausting Michael Jordan 2 or 3 times.
Lambeer to Vinnie Johnson. Back to Lambeer.
5 seconds.
Thomas got free from Vincent.
See, Isaiah has made some big shots with 1 second or 2 seconds on the shot clock, and most of them have been from that right-hand corner.
And the lead is back to 15. It was 14 at the half. Chicago cut it to 10. That's as close as they've been since the opening moments of the game.
There's your double team.
Rodman and Johnson on Jordan, Oakley. That was for 2, and Lambier gets the rebound over Horace Grant.
See, last 2 trips, 2 shots.
And now a chance to get the lead back to 17 points.
Now we have 20 seconds for the quarter. 7 on the shot clock.
Skip. Chicago ball. Final 10 seconds, third period.
We have Lambier going out now. Rick Mahorn coming in. 10 seconds for the quarter.
Jordan brings it up. No foul.
Oh, my.
There was no call, and watch Doug Collins go nuts.
Yeah, Doug Collins is close right now, right in front of Billy Sarr.
And in the meantime, the quarter has expired.
The clock is showing double zero up there right now. Now, there is your charge. That was a definite charge because he was there. He actually anticipated and jumped out and took the charge. But Doug Collins wanted a moving pick.
That's the end of the quarter. We'll return to Chicago Stadium after this message and a word from your local station. It's a sellout crowd on hand at Chicago Stadium in the western part of downtown Chicago. Vern Lundquist and Hubie Brown back for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinal. Detroit has led from the opening moment, and the lead is 15 as we get underway with the final period. If you consider this a battle in the backcourts, Detroit is winning. They are 16 of 31 shooting, and Chicago's backcourt 30%, 10 of 30 from the field. Thomas, short, Oakley with the rebound.
See, you're seeing this weave and passing game at both ends of the floor. Now, it's eliminating the double teaming, and it's making it harder. But what's happening is the entire game is being played perimeter, and we're seeing no penetration and no low post play.
Horace Grant. Oh. Sally and Oakley. There was a little shirt holding going on.
Well, it's difficult to rebound when a guy's got your arm.
Rodman gets the basket.
Yeah, it looked like they blew a defensive assignment there that time. Rodman is in at the small forward position for Dantley, and you have got to pick him up because he runs that outside lane really hard.
75-58. Detroit on a mini run now, 10-3. In the corner, Sam Vincent gets it to Grant for 2.
There you go. If you're going to play this type of offense, you must look down inside because everyone is being played honestly, man-to-man, and if I shape up in there, get me the basketball. The guy's on my back.
Sally cuts, dishes back to Vinnie Johnson, and he drives all the way and puts it in.
The difference between the two teams is that Detroit can beat Chicago a little bit off the dribble. Chicago cannot penetrate off the dribble versus Detroit.
All of a sudden, what had been a 10-point difference late in the third quarter is out to 17 for Detroit. Johnson and Sally wants a jump ball. No, continuation play. Basket counts.
Sally is stunned. And so are all Detroit fans.
That's right.
All right. That was like a cue ball shot. Now, right now, we have Earl Strom down in there. Now, watch this move. Earl Strom and Chuck Daly are at it right now. But there is you can't have a jump ball right there because he actually had him. But it all came about because Vinnie Johnson knocked the ball out of Jordan's hand. Now watch it right here. Now watch. There it is. The ball becomes loose. Now they have it, but Jordan pulls it out of there. And watch it. Like a cue ball off the corner into the hole.
That got Chuck Daly at midcourt and almost got him a tee.
Oh, it did. Earl Strom ran right over there, and they had heated words.
77-63, 10:04 to go. Series tied, a game apiece. Game 4 here tomorrow, which we'll have for some of you on CBS. Now Rory Sparrow coming back into the lineup for Chicago.
With Vinnie Johnson in the game, there is an awful lot of screening down on the baseline for him, and they try to get him going right away.
Now Pippen is out. Sparrow in, so Vincent and Sparrow in the backcourt. Jordan moves down. That shot is good.
See, there it is again. The 2 times in a row now, they've run the same play. It's a staggered pick for him to the left of the foul line area.
Jordan sets up left side. Now he'll work the baseline. Sparrow. Oakley and Sally again, and Sally wins this one.
See, even though Chicago is shooting so poorly, you would hope that they would get on the offensive boards, with Detroit's limited in 1 shot.
That's got to be the brightest sign of the game for Chuck Daly, is to see Vinnie Johnson shooting this well.
They call him microwave, you know, and when he comes in, you see it now 3 times in a row. They've gone right to him.
And the Bulls call timeout. 9:13 remaining in the game. 81-63. Pistons have gone on a 16-8 run since having their lead reduced to 10. They've led the entire game. They are still hitting above 50%, Hubie, and their bench has outscored Chicago by 18.
Well, in order for them to come back, if you're going to shoot that lower percentage, because it's been consistent now for 3 quarters, you must get on the offensive boards. Detroit has taken care of that. They're only giving them 1 shot. Now, when you're down 18 with 9 minutes to go, you must extend your pressure now defensively. Will we see a half-court trap or a 3-quarter court trap? Remains to be seen. When Detroit was in the same situation the other night, they rallied and got it to 6 with 3-quarter court pressure and then an excellent half-court trap. Let's see what happens.
Set the lineup for you now with 9 minutes plus to go. Sparrow, Jordan, and look at Rodman was draped all over Michael Jordan. I mean, undressed him.
17.
So Rodman picks up his 3rd foul.
This is a good matchup, because in order for Michael, you know, to get free of Rodman, he's got to beat him off and be open, really open, because of Rodman's jumping ability and his quickness. He's got long arms.
Thomas goes back and almost takes it away from Grant and then blocks the shot.
How about it? How about it, Isaiah Thomas? What a beautiful move. Good hustle. You know what I liked about that play? Rory Sparrow read that play perfectly. As soon as they switched, he took the big man out, put the ball right into Grant on a smaller man. Unfortunately for him, though, the shot was blocked by another player. That's just good team defense.
Jordan fights free along the baseline. Again, it's Rodman. He goes baseline. Can't get it to fall. Loose ball
foul. Charles Oakley. See, when Michael Jordan goes to the baseline, watch in the left of your screen how they just keep him behind the backboard. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 guys. They keep him behind the board, and they're trying not to bump him on the shot.
8:20 remaining in the game.
All right, here's your half-court trap.
Sally just fires it up. He'll shoot.
When you go to the half-court trap, your primary idea, your philosophy is to get them to shoot the jump shot, preferably from the corners. You do not want the ball to get into the middle of the floor. Oakley's coming out right now, and they have Turner, Grant, and Corzine up front right now. You do not want the ball to get into the middle of the floor against the half-court trap, because when it's there, it's easy to get to the rim.
That was the 4th foul on Oakley, so he goes to the bench, and Corzine comes in.
Well, Charles Oakley has played a terrific game today. He's been a big man on the boards at both ends of the floor. He's hit some shots. Yeah, he's missed some open jump shots, but that's okay. He's been working extremely hard.
The lead is 20. This is the biggest Detroit lead of the day. They had leads of 19 3 different times. And then Chicago fought back to within 10 at 65-55.
Vinnie Johnson is telling Rodman, you know, stop this, you know, stop complaining. Yeah. Now watch, now here's what we got. We got a lot of bumping with the forearms. How about that for a pick? Now look at Rodman recover, though, and he's still chasing Jordan.
There's Jordan's jumper. Too long. Corzine rebound.
Nice
Taken away. Yep. Isaiah Thomas. Back to Isaiah. Zeke shoves off Rory Sparrow. Mahorn takes the jumper. Battle underneath. Rodman misfires. Corzine tips it out. Here comes Jordan.
Detroit back 1 against 4.
Dishes left, Elston Turner, who doesn't score much.
Well, Detroit looked at the referee that time and wanted a charge on Jordan when he elevated.
Lead down to 18, 83-65.
All right, here's your trap. 1-3-1. The middle people must do a good job for you. And that's Corzine and the guy in the back, Grant.
Ball thrown away. We're in Chicago Stadium, Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinal. Series tied at a game apiece. Vern Lundquist along with Hubie Brown, 83-65 Detroit. They have had their way with Chicago today. Bill Laimbeer checks back in for Detroit now.
See, Detroit's defense, I put them in a slow game. You know, you see now you say, hey, well, that was a nice score, but it took them a long time to get the shot off.
Now here comes the trap. It's out further now. 1-3-1.
In the corner, Laimbeer.
That's it. If you spread the ball out and rotate the basketball, it forces them to tire, and you should get a pretty good shot. There it is.
Laimbeer, that's it. That's the answer. 85-67, 6:20 to go. Coming up next, Dallas and Denver in the NBA. Game 3 of that series from Reunion Arena. Rodman and Collins wanted a foul called on Dennis Rodman, didn't get it. Doug is on the sideline pleading his case.
Nice.
Oh, what a dish. What a pass from Isaiah Thomas.
He saw him out of the corner of his eye. Vinnie Johnson was 10 feet behind him when he got to the top of that circle and just kept running hard, knowing that Isaiah Thomas would make that pass. Doug is really hot. See, Doug is hot at the other end. There's a technical foul on Doug Collins, and he might get thrown out of this game right now. You know, it's frustration. They wanted this one. More important, they wanted to play better basketball. Now you see up in the top of your screen, there he is right there. Now, he had to really motor to get that pass.
Watch it from ground level. Left to Johnson. Johnson has 18 points on 7 of 10 shooting. Timeout.
Go to Chicago. Here's Vernon Hubie.
All right, Timmy, that's bad news if Orlando can't go for Dallas. In the meantime, Doug Collins had the technical called on him, and Laimbeer is at the free throw line. That's his second free throw today. He's 1 of 2.
Well, Doug Collins during the entire timeout was all over the referees and had to be restrained by the people on his bench. And right now he's still chattering with Billy Sarr.
Lead at 21, 88-67. Under 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Sparrow and Vincent now as Jordan gets a rest. Michael on the bench with 24 points. Rodman with a rebound. Dennis Rodman turned 27 years old yesterday. That's his 6th rebound of the ball game.
As we look back over the game, they've had all kinds of jump shots. Unfortunately, they are not a very good perimeter shooting team. Consistent perimeter shooting team.
Vinnie Johnson has played extremely well today. That shot didn't fall. Rebound by Laimbeer does.
Now in game 1 and game 2, Detroit averages 21 offensive rebounds a game. Today they didn't need it. They're shooting over 50%. Not that many misses. But now when you're trying to come back, boom, they knock it down on you.
Sam Vincent, 2 of 10 from the field today. Just kind of symbolic of the way Chicago's day has gone. Pippen shot in front of the rim. Among the highlights next Saturday in the NBA, the 1988 NBA Draft Lottery. You'll see it live at halftime on Saturday from the Museum of Natural History in New York. Danny Manning going to be the first pick? We'll see next week.
Well, I think that Danny Manning is definitely going to be the #1 pick in the draft, but it's interesting how many young men are dropping out at this time of college, and tonight is the deadline, so we'll see how many of them really come out.
Sam Vincent gets the basket. Dapper Chuck Daly looking on.
Well, he's relieved. But it's like we said at the top of the show, they have won 2 out of 3 games in this building this year. So they're coming in here playing with confidence. They've done it here all through the season.
92-69 as Rodman gets 2 more. We're 4.5 minutes away from the conclusion. Vincent, long rebound taken down by Pippen. How tough is it now, Hubie? They got to come back and play again tomorrow. Is that tougher on the visiting team or the home team?
No, I think it's very tough on the team that is behind. There was a beautiful lob pass that time to Rodman going to the front of the rim. But that is open, we say, from the corner out of the trapping situation if you do not cover the guy at the foul line going to the front of the rim. 6 seconds.
Sally has it blocked by Grant, and then Rodman puts it right back in.
You see, this half-court trap team, they're not getting any turnovers and then complicating the situation because they're not getting any rebounds either.
And the lead is now 94-69. Mike Brown getting ready to check in for Chicago.
See, when you play back-to-back games and you have a young ball club, now you know you can't practice between today and tomorrow afternoon. So now everything has to be done in talking to the team, showing them film, etc. Nice move by Vinnie Johnson going to the hole. Once again, every time we see him in the open floor, he always gets his body into that defensive man and then says, hey, listen, try to block my shot. Now watch him cause the contact. See, boom, boom, right in, gets the contact, and now he takes you strong to the front of the rim. Now we've seen him do this 3 times today in the open floor.
Johnson with 20 points and a chance to go to 21. And he had been in a horrid slump in the playoffs. Mike Brown is in.
The experienced team has the advantage in back-to-back games. And Detroit has been in that situation. They're not going to change that many things. They've been in the playoff games. They've been to the finals at Eastern Conference last year, where basically Chicago is a young ball club. They've been out of the playoffs with these fellas here in the first round all the time. So where do they make their corrections? How do they work? If they don't work on it, they just do it verbally. That's a disadvantage.
Shot clock at 10. Back to Scottie Pippen. Rodman comes flying over him. Pippen shot put back by Corzine. Michael Jordan has been on the bench for a while now, and he has scored 24 points. If we don't see him again, this will be his playoff low total in 8 games. With 24 points. He was held to 29 in game 1 of this series. That shot from James Edwards not there. Mike Brown, loose ball foul on Vinnie Johnson.
That's the 4th for Detroit.
2:50 to go. Brad Sellers who's coming back in the lineup. Timeout. Under 3 minutes remaining in this one before we go down to Dallas for Denver and Dallas. Vern Lundquist along with Hubie Brown. You said at the beginning of the game that these were 2 impressive defensive teams. How significant has Detroit's defense been today in this victory?
Well, I think that anytime you hold Michael Jordan to 20 shots, now that's a big bonus for your ball club. You got to reward them because they're trapping him as soon as he comes over half court, makes him give up the basketball. So tomorrow, when we come back out here, can they get Michael Jordan the basketball? Once he gets trapped, he gives it up. Can they get it back to him where he can become dangerous? Because he can ignite the people. Now, the second major factor, the 2 guys that had to step forward did not step forward today. Were the shots there? Yes, the shots were there. They've just got to make them tomorrow.
Elston Turner thought about the shot, passed on it.
Oh, yes. How about that?
That's Major League.
Oh, a reverse dunk off the glass. Come on. I like that.
That's Major League.
Oh, my.
Oh, dear. 2:25 to go. 97-73. Joe Dumars back into the lineup now for the Pistons. James Edwards also in. Mike Brown guarding Dumars.
5 seconds.
Back to Sally. Vinnie Johnson has had a terrific ball game. He's got 23 points
in game 1 now. Vinnie Johnson had 12 rebounds, 9 offensive rebounds, which were major in that win. So you can see 2 games now. He's made a big production in both games. They've been able to win it.
Sparrow misfires. 99-73. Detroit has not been over 100 in the previous 2 games against Chicago. They're about to get there, but not on that shot.
See, Chicago is not a 3-point shooting team. In the playoffs, they're only averaging 2 3-point field goal attempts. So you're not going to come back that way. Now, it's a 2-shot play right here. It's a bad foul. Now watch Scottie Pippen come up here now and catch the glass. Now, right there.
I'm telling you, that was terrific.
Brought back memories of Herman the helicopter on the streets of New York.
Absolutely beautiful.
Terrific.
Because of the angle, his hands were right up against the glass, the back of his hands, as he brought that ball right in. Nice move by Scottie Pippen.
He's going to be a great player. The player picked in last year's NBA draft. There's Sally going to the bench. Pistons are up 2-1. Game 4 here tomorrow.
See, we have two teams here, Vern, that do not shoot the three-point shot. One team has averaged 2, and the other team has averaged 2. So they're not going to be launching there. They only do that drastically if they need it, and it's a close ball game, and they need a three-point shot maybe in the last 30 seconds or so.
Rebound to Sellers. 1:05 to go in the ball game.
See, give Detroit credit. Their transition defense has been excellent. They've been able to stop these guys. Nice steal of time by Lewis. Oh, here he is out.
Rodman for the dunk. Oh, he didn't do it. Wanted to. Play game. 101 to 74. Coming up tonight on CBS, I'm Mountain Rangers. Tour of Duty, followed by West 57th. That'll include a profile of Hollywood's legendary bad boy Dennis Hopper, whose movie Colors is #1 at the box office this week. That's tonight on CBS. This will be the largest margin of defeat for Chicago at home this year. 41 regular season games and the playoffs.
Well, they're an excellent home court team. They're 30-11 on the season, and they usually play big here. This is a disappointment from them, not just because they lost the ball game, but because of the way they lost it. They had the open shots. They could not knock them down. And then the frustration of the turnovers in the first half, uncharacteristic of the ball club. There's Billy Lambier. They're very happy to come in here and steal the first one.
19 seconds to go. Chuck Nevitt at 7-5 gets into the game. Has the ball almost stolen away.
Nice pass.
It sure was. But then Mike Brown comes out of there with the ball for Chicago. Final shot of the game from Pippen. Got
yes! All right.
That's it. 101 to 79. Chuck Daly's team takes a 2-1 series edge with Game 4 to be played here tomorrow. Michael Jordan had to a playoff low of 24 points on 8 of 20 from the field. Right now, let's go to James Brown back in control room 43 in